Welcome back to Focus on Crestview. I'm Karen Hardell, current president of the Crestview Area Chamber of Commerce. And for this segment, we're going to talk about all the exciting things going on at the Crestview Chamber of Commerce. And we're going to do that with Dennis Mitchell, president-elect, and with past president, special guest, and 2012 chair of the Wine Gala, Miss Lynn Yort. So Dennis, first of all, what's going on in Crestview?
Well, you know how the Crestview Chamber is. We're always busy doing something, and we're having a lot of fun with it. We had a couple of very interesting ribbon cuttings last month. Alpha and Omega Christian Learning Center, good turnout. Boy, what an enthusiastic bunch they were. And also out in Baker, we had Linda's Cafe, and you talk about some good food. It was storming, raining. We all showed up anyway, and that food was just absolutely outstanding.
There's something about food that always gets a good turnout in Crestview.
Well, I'll tell you what, Linda's Cafe was just terrific. We have several new members. We have Day Global with David Young, the Benz Galleria, Rita Benz, Dennis Brown, an individual member, and we have quite a few individual members in our chamber. It's really interesting. The Gulf Coast Dermatology with Todd Nevis, Niceville Hearing Center, Grant Williams, Coastal Vascular and Interventional with Donna Gatia, and Pleat and Perry, PA, which is, they say, Jerome Miller. We know that's Jerry Miller, and glad to have those folks join us. We also have our first major event of the year coming up, and that is the Wine Gala, and we have Lynn Yort, as you mentioned, a past president, also a past executive director of the Chamber many years ago.
Thank you for remembering.
Well, very much so. And Lynn is going to bring us up to speed on all the things that are going on with the Wine Gala. This is a great event. It's our third year, and we have been stepping it up each and every year. So Lynn, why don't you give us a little rundown on what's going on with the Wine Gala?
I'd love to. I think that it's important to know where you've been, to know where you're going. Our first two Wine Gala events have built on each other. Mary Richard began with our first Wine Gala a couple years ago. Then we moved it over to the CCB Bank last year. And each year we have grown in our crowds. We've grown in our numbers of wines and with a number of culinary partners joining us. And this year we have taken it to all new heights. We will be moving out to a 20,000 square foot hangar at the Bob Sykes Airport. So we have been at the airport already this morning. We're going back for the Wine Gala. Sunshine Aero Flight Test Facility will be our host.
What a facility. Bob and Donna Keller have been so gracious. Bob made that thing a high-tech facility, and Donna made it absolutely gorgeous. What a great place to have the gala.
Well, it is beautiful.
I think that as a backdrop, Donna's taste has sort of gone to all new extremes. We looked for the date for the Wine Gala, and the gala starts at 6:30 on September 29th. And as we open those big hangar doors to the east, the full moon will be rising. So I think that gives it just its own little flair for the evening and sort of sets the great tone. So we'll be out at Sunshine Aero Test Facilities on September 29th. We'll sample about 30 wines. One of our suppliers of wine is Crystal and Nathan Boyles with Yellow River Vineyards. And they have been very supportive of each of the Wine Galas. They're local. They make their own wine, and as you know, Nathan is one of our leaders for our county, so I think that to know where that wine is coming from is very important. But then Ann at Beach Liquors there in Crestview has done an exceptional job of pairing the wines with the foods that we have, preparing a very diverse choice of wines for us to sample for that evening. And each of our guests will receive a beautiful wine glass with our logo on it for the night.
It's a true collector's item.
It's a true collector's item. And I already also have mine from last year, so we are beginning our collection of the Wine Gala glasses. So the wine is covered with such great experts, and I think you'll also enjoy the people that will be pouring the samples of wine. They're from across the business community. We have some surprises there as well, and it should be a lot of fun. So come on out for the wines, but to join the wines, I mean, of course you have to have food because it is a Crestview Chamber event.
That's right.
And I can say that the culinary partners this year are unparalleled. We have 12 different businesses that will be supplying our food. They'll be serving their foods. Some of it are kicking it up a notch, if I may, from their daily fare. And if I may just share some of the things, we'll be having shrimp and grits, bruschetta, cheesecake, steaks on skewers, key lime pie, roasted red pepper hummus, tiramisu, and cannolis, both homemade, and fettuccine alfredo, just to mention a few of the delights that we'll have. And the culinary partners, I do want to give them great credit because they're working really hard to make sure our evening is great. Mia's Italian Food, Christopher's Uncorked Bistro, Quiznos, the Cochin 4, Hooters, the Wild Olive, Cracker Barrel, Johnny O'Quigley's, Hub City Smokehouse, Aramek, and A Grand Elegance. And between those different culinary experts, I assure you, you will have a fine dinner to go with your wine that night.
Well, if the last 2 years is any example over there, and it's going to be better this year, I don't know how I'm going to stand it. We have a great time. It attracts a lot of folks from not only the Crestview area, but from around. Quite a distance will come down to this every year. It's becoming a tradition, and it is a sort of a casual elegance. It's a very nicely done affair. The food is outstanding. The wine is wonderful. The setting is going to be absolutely great. Gosh, it just doesn't get any better than that, does it?
It does, because we're going to have the wonderful soft melodies of Cheryl Jones with Jones and Company. You know, they've got that great jazz sound, but then she's got her own little special funk that she adds to it sometimes. So having Jones and Company there to provide the background music is going to be just the icing on the cake.
Well, not only does it take all of the vendors who are coming to help us out there and about 50 or so chamber volunteers, but we have to have sponsors. Tell us about the sponsors.
Oh, we do. This year we did have fun with sponsors, and if you'll forgive me for reading again, we have our tasting partners, and this year they will be Okaloosa Cardiology, Lee GMC, and Okaloosa Title. And then we kick it up a notch to the wine connoisseur sponsors, and that would be Hub City Ford and the North Okaloosa Medical Center. CCB, which is one of our local banks, is our wine enthusiast level. And then our premier sponsor this year is Waste Management. They will be coming up for, and they are the premier sponsor for the event.
The Waste Management has been involved in a lot of things, and their leadership in this is greatly appreciated. I remember probably 20 years ago, I depended upon them to get the island cleanup program started. And they were right there to help, and they did a tremendous amount of effort. So they're involved heavily in the community. They are putting their foot forward and making things happen. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you very much. As I joined the Waste Management team this summer, and it has been just a grand team to learn about, to join, and to be able to support. Locally, we have about 150 employees, but worldwide, Waste Management employs more than 44,000 people, which is quite an undertaking in and of itself. And what I've been very proud to learn is how much responsibility we take for how we will handle the waste of the future. Not only do we investigate in different technologies, but we invest in the companies that create those technologies. And locally, we sponsor the Biophilia Center over in Walton County, which helps children begin at a very young age, learn how important our ecology is and how precious every part of our world is.
Well, they certainly contribute to worthy programs, and come join the 250 of our friends that will be at the Wine Gala.
Absolutely.
Right. And how do we get tickets if we want to go to the Wine Gala?
Oh, it's really easy this year. You go to the Chamber's website,
yes,
you click on that button, they'll take your order for your tickets, and then when you get to the Wine Gala at 6:30, your tickets will be right there in an envelope with your name on it. Now, if you want a paper ticket, just run by the Chamber and you can pick up your tickets during the work week.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
I do encourage you to go early, though there is a great deal of excitement about this, and I think we're going to fill up very quickly.
And we will not overbook this event. We do have a limited number of tickets, and they went on sale already, and they are flying out the door. So come join us at the airport.
I love that, flying out the door, and the theme this year, Moonlight and Melodies.
Moonlight and Melodies. It'll be a great night.
It will be beautiful. Well, Dennis, do you have anything else for us? Or?
Well, we have several other ribbon cuttings that will be coming up this month. We have our number of committee meetings. Matt Gates will be the guest speaker at the Government Issues Committee. It's coming up on the second Wednesday of this month. So take a look at the Crestview Chamber website. All of our committee listings are there. So we welcome non-members to come visit our committee meetings. There's a lot of things going on. We'll also be very busy this month. They're going to visit the folks out at Airbus. We're going to be in the process of talking to them along with the contingency from Okaloosa County.
All right, a lot going on. Thank you so much for joining us on Focus on the Crestview. Be sure to contact the Chamber of Commerce if you're interested in getting involved in any of these activities.